here tonight. I'm looking for the Young family. Are you in the audience this evening? There we go. God bless you. They were awakened. They were asleep when this happened. And they were rescued from 1338 Portage Road by our servants, the men and women of the Department of Public Safety. Gentlemen and ladies, would you please stand and once again be recognized for your service, all of you. These are our heroes. Stand up, officers. You're not shy. 22 people rescued from this building. Absolutely. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your service. So many of our city employees work hard every single day without public recognition, just like many of our citizens. One such employee is my friend Marie Mitchell, who works full-time as a laborer and custodian for the city for over 20 years. And Marie, you don't know this. I recently learned that you and I both started our work life at the root beer stand. Now, I don't think you were there when I was there. Maybe you were, and I don't remember. But we both started at the root beer stand. Marie is one of, just one of our representatives of the outstanding custodial staff who work to ensure that the environment at City Hall is always ready to do the people's business. Her quiet presence can often be overlooked, but a presence nonetheless. So if you ever see Marie at City Hall, stop and say hello and thank her for her service, and you will receive one of her great smiles. Marie Mitchell, everybody. These are examples of our extraordinary people, our city and our government at its best, our dedicated professionals and teams of individual citizens who are committed to service, a service and a commitment manifested by a neighbor knocking on doors to make sure everyone was out safe, a fellow citizen dialing 911 for help, a church member learning CPR, the courage of rescuers to face danger to save a family, or the person who turns off the lights at the end of the day in City Hall. This is the Kalamazoo story of coming together. We all have a great opportunity to continue our commitment to service by working differently, by thinking bolder, and by connecting to a greater vision that will ultimately define our community for the next 125 years. So tonight, as your mayor, I call upon all of us to expand and deepen the Kalamazoo promise and to embrace what I'm calling a Kalamazoo Action Covenant. These most difficult times calls us to something even deeper and more powerful, a covenant that not only will enable us to take advantage of the Kalamazoo promise, but will also allow us to realize the promise and vision of Kalamazoo. I know you're thinking, oh no, more meetings, more meetings. I'm not talking about meetings without progress. I see a gathering of committed citizens creating a measurable and energizing path for action, one that builds upon our community. If we don't take action, can you tolerate the alternative? Think for a moment of a city in distress, where violence is customary, philanthropy is lacking, where investment in the arts and neighborhoods are non-existent, where poverty is at its height and joblessness is rampant, where the promise of an education is broken, and where the infrastructure is literally collapsing around itself. I know our community, and I've witnessed how people respond to the challenges of the day, how our people respond to the challenges of the day. Sitting on the sidelines is not what we do. Kalamazoo will not succumb to that kind of fate. We are better than that. Now, I know many of you are already working on the issues that affect our lives in this community. And of course, we want to use your work to help move us forward on this journey. However, since the Kalamazoo Promise, and you know many of you have had this conversation, you've been looking for things that will push us further, even different ways, driving our community to success. I know, for example, recently, 30 people, 30 citizens came together to chart a path to address dropout rates in our schools. 40 community leaders came to Western to develop a new compact regarding environmental sustainability. And over 100 individuals gathered a few blocks away from here at a fire station to discuss success for our young people. This is part of the great work that is happening in Kalamazoo every single day. But it's my hope that we can take the energy of these individuals and create measurable actions around these opportunities and more. We can't take on every issue, and I'm not advocating that. But we can work differently to address the most challenging of them. We can craft a template for success. And you ask, what might a template for success look like? Let me just give you a for instance. We could create an action covenant for literacy. It would strongly connect to our school system and be rooted in the understanding that literacy is vital to the success of every family, every child, and every adult. So I'm asking Dr. Rice, and I see Dr. Oliveris back there, will you stand with us to improve literacy in this community? Are you about that? I know you are, gentlemen. Stand up for me. There we go. And let me tell you, they're doing it now. Dr. Oliveris is new to our community, and he's doing it now. Dr. Rice is new to our community, but certainly feels like you've been here a long time, and we love it, and you're doing it now. And we can broaden that, and we can work differently for that. What would an action covenant for environmental sustainability look like? Could we find ways to implement eco-friendly ideals throughout our city and our region? WMU, City of Portage, I know you're out there. Kalamazoo County, are you ready to do this work tonight? Are you ready? I know you are, because we have to. What might a Kalamazoo covenant for youth engagement look like? Now, this one I love. Recently, I've been talking with the Vice President of the Kalamazoo Central Student Government, Simon Bomey, and Trayvon Swift, a student leader from Loy Norrick's Ignite mentoring program. They've been talking with me about designing a youth commission involving actual youth. Isn't that right? Actual youth.